Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I often get accused of having too many tools or too many of the same kind of tools, but I've never been accused of having too much PPE, and that's good, and I actually want to push that limit. These are hands down my favorite ear muffs. I use them all the time, but they are also a little costly, and you have to have them connected to your phone to really get the benefit of what all this expense does. Same with PPE for your eyes. I keep good ones like these Snap-ons, which are probably rebranded Uvex to, more just generic woodshop ones. But why I'm doing the video? Well, these are Harbor Freight Ranger Ear Muffs, and I've got a couple of sets of them. And what they have done is they have basically arrived on my list of things to keep my eye on when Harbor Freight runs a sale like they just did recently, where it was like any object in the store under $10 is 30% off. If you were one of those really cool kids on the block and have the Inside Track membership, then you get like 30% off of anything up to $20. Well, these sell for like $6.99 on the shelf, which to me is a screaming deal. I have all kinds of different ones. I use these foldable ones when portability is an issue. I've got ones with microphones, and you can turn on the ability to hear outside of it. These I can plug things in if I wanted to, plug a radio, walkie-talkie, something into that one. Here's my old work tunes. Still think these are outstanding by 3M. They work great, but I just like the Klein's fit a little bit better. But here's one of my older sets. This is a Peltor. Used this for years, but it's just coming apart. And where do I have these things? Well, I stage them on saws, whether it's a table saw, or a compound sliding miter saw. I want to keep them with my battery tools, especially for drilling and for impacting and for sawing again, like if I'm using a reciprocating saw. But also for gardening, for tools that make a lot of noise, like lawnmowers and weed eaters, etc. And yes, if I have these, I've got them with me and I'm using them, but I sometimes don't have them with me when I'm, tasked with some job, running a chainsaw, for instance. And what I want to do is have plenty of these around, and also for helpers, or if I'm helping out with somebody else's job. And that's why when these go on sale, they're now on my list of things to buy. So I can leave a set on the lawnmower. I can leave a set, on the handle of the miter saw. I can leave a set in the tote bag with whatever tools are in it. I can leave them with hammers. I can leave them in the garage hanging in different places depending on what I'm doing. So they're always, again, within arm's reach. So for the price, here's one I just got during that Harbor Freight sale recently, is another set. I got a set to try them, and I really like them. They're kind of thick, compared to a lot of the others. They're almost like the ones you see out at the airport. I don't know what the deal is, because some of these are, similar noise rating. But they're fairly light, even though they're bulky. They don't have any real branding on them anywhere. But they're, I'm sure they're Chinese made, but they're probably similar to about every other pair. It's, yeah, made in China right there. But they also have probably the same longevity, which means who cares? Just use them. Use them up. Loan them out. If somebody doesn't have a set, give them a set. Make sure you use them, because it does make a big deal in terms of your hearing later in life. It's a serious issue, and you can do some damage pretty quick, especially with some of these really powerful, loud tools. But anyway, so Harbor Freight often has, coupon deals. I'm just kind of figuring it out and learning my lessons, after the sale, thinking, I should have done that. But this is one now that is on my list. So, getting these things down to like $4, $4.50 or whatever it was, is I guess one of the better deals at Harbor Freight, I think. For a simple little tool, you can have them, you can stage them, you can keep them with the tool and not worry. You can loan them out. If they don't come back, if they get left in the rain, they get broken, dropped off of a project, there you go. But if you have the really nice expensive ones, you want to take care of them. You don't want to loan them out. You don't leave them in the rain. They don't get staged with the tool. They stay with you. So that's one of the trade-offs. So there it is. If you are thinking about it, you know, like Harbor Freight's got a sale and you're wondering what to get, or, you know, is there anything left? Get more of these. I think they're great. I think they are wildly overboxed, like a lot of Harbor Freight products. I don't know if tariffs are going to affect them much, but it's definitely something. I'm still kind of a snob when it comes to good eyewear. However, Harbor Freight does have plenty of that too. So again, stage it with the tool, leave it there, replace it if it disappears, cracks, breaks, walks away. Don't worry, because the long-term effects on your health are way more important than the few dollars that something like this costs. Let me know your thoughts. Share your stories. And with that, Doc out.